Welcome to the Chats and Tunes podcast.
Hey everyone.
This is just a quick pre-roll message to say that everything said in the episode is purely our own opinions and should be taken as such.
Yeah, so please don't send us any hate for the things we say and enjoy the episode. We back.
Week 7.
I know, bro. We are
That is
killing
incredible.
the game out here.
It's
We nearly
mad.
on
We
10
are
whole
10
damn
whole
episodes.
episodes.
Like
I remember the first week we did this, we said that we would start bringing people on in like week 10 because we thought it was so far away, and now we're like
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean,
2 weeks away.
thinking about week 10, this is week 7. So
Yeah.
we've got next week's week 8, then week 9, week 10. Week 10 will be during the exams, so I will not be
well,
having people on.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
And I think whenever I said week 10, if I had known my exams were 10 weeks away, I probably would have shot myself, to be honest.
Yeah. It's scary stuff, man. It's terrifying stuff.
I know. I've got 5 exams. 5 exams. I don't finish until the 5th of May. It's a goddamn pain. Yeah.
Mate, oh, my schedule is mwah. I've got a test this Friday, but it's like a week class test.
Yeah.
But it is like my equivalent exam.
It's like a controlled assessment, yeah.
Exactly. So we've got a control assessment on Friday. Got an essay due next week. And I've got a practical like coaching session to do, and I've got a lab report. And then on the 12th of April, I have one test, and that's week done. It's not mad.
I have one exam on the 20th of April, then an exam on the 22nd of April, then an exam on the 26th and 28th of April, and then on the 5th of May.
Way. That is heartbreaking.
And on top of that, I have a lab report due on Thursday. Well, I think I have to do the actual lab practical on Thursday, and then I think the report's due for next Monday. I'm hoping it's due for next Monday because I will not get it done for Thursday. And on top of that, then I've just got homeworks that still need to be done. I've got a homework due. There's a homework tomorrow and on Friday, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday next week, and then I have one due this Friday and another 2 due for next Friday, with one of them being a long assignment. And then I get 2 weeks. I get a reading week and Easter. So I will be home for my reading week, which means another in-person episode.
Let's go. With good audio this time. You can actually listen to it.
I've just realized I'm home next Friday, which is the 1st, which is the day after Shawn Mendes' album comes out.
Oh, shit.
So that could mean 2 album reviews in 2 weeks, because chances potentially this week.
I am heartbroken to tell you that it is actually just a single.
Damn
it's so heartbreaking. I'm so annoyed, but it's the single.
Is he not releasing it is he not going to release it as a solo single and then as part of
I think so. No one knows. He's kind of just, the way he talked about it, it made it pretty fucking clear that it was going to be an album, and then he said that he's releasing Son of God or Child of God by on Thursday. So
well, I'm sure we will be able to talk about that next Tuesday then. But
we definitely will. But we will not make a special podcast about
we're not doing it for a single song. So
yeah, but he did the famous his famous ad lib. I'm not going to attempt to do it, but I think you probably know what it. Do you know?
I do, but again, I'm also not going to attempt to do it because I'm not about to embarrass. I've embarrassed myself enough on this podcast before. So.
I'm gonna attempt it, but if it doesn't go well, we're gonna cut it out because my voice breaks or some dumb shit. Attempt it.
Come on, right? You've got this.
2, 1. That was alright.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty close to what it is.
Yeah, so he did that ad lib at the start. Thank you. So he did that ad lib, and it got me really hyped because that just brought me back to like 20,
just the memories of actually like
and shit,
his good music and stuff.
His acid rap and stuff. It's really good. But yeah, so it's heartbreaking that he's not releasing an album, but it's alright.
So is life. Such is life.
Yeah, such a life as well. Yeah, fact. Speaking of life, how's life?
I'm not gonna lie. Since finding out my exam schedule, it's been stressful. It's been really stressful.
I feel
I mean,
that.
last week we did the podcast. We planned on doing a really quick episode. Ended up being one of our longest episodes.
Yeah.
Then after that, it was just. I mean, it just was doing stuff every single day. I don't think there was a day I didn't do anything.
Jeez.
And I mean, take Sunday for example. I met up with a friend and did an assignment due for yesterday, and we worked on it until 9 o'clock at night. Like, I mean, it was
Sick.
just. I feel like I've been pretty flat out. But at least we've had St. Patrick's Day. I'm having, of
Of
course, night
course.
out.
Of course.
Ireland
Yeah.
won the Triple Crown in the rugby. The under 20s won the
Let's
Grand Slam. It's
go.
like Chelsea
Up the
beat
man.
Middlesbrough to get into the semi-finals. So I mean, life is good. It's just also
Yeah.
stressful. So,
Okay, I get you. I feel
what
it. I'm
about
the same.
yourself? I know you've got
I've been
a sexy haircut there, so
the
looking
feed, the
very
feed.
fresh.
Had to be done. It had to be done. But no, I've been stressed out as
Yeah.
well. Really, just so busy today. Today I was like had to drop the dog at the vet to get his haircut, and then I went to the park because it's really not like chill spot.
Yeah.
I'm definitely sure I've taken you there before. It's like near the gardens,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
just
near the
like I
gardens.
sat there.
I was thinking of that like camping site place. But
Oh no,
it might not.
it's the other way.
Yeah.
But it's so up there, and I took my notes for the podcast stuff there this morning, and it was
Ooh.
such a vibe. And then had to come home, do a bunch of work for this. I have my mock session to take tomorrow, so I need to finish the session plan for it, and then just got stuff ready for this, and had to go get a haircut, and then here now, and then go to Belfast tonight and finish off at work and all that. And it's just busy, 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 busy. But that's the best way to live, in my
Exactly.
opinion. Yeah,
Exactly. You
productivity.
can't be sitting around doing nothing. You should be doing something with your life all
Exactly.
the time.
You're wasting time. Like I know I feel like with this injury, I just doing nothing is such a waste of time. It's so heartbreaking, but at the same time, like I don't know. I've had music to accompany me the entire day, so it's like, what's the problem? You know what I
I
mean?
know, and I mean, we've talked about it before, but I think when times are tough or something bad happens, like for example your injury, I
Yeah.
feel like music is such a great like music can do so many things for you. Like, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're struggling with stress for studying for an exam, you can sit down, you
Yeah.
put the right song on, and your mind just bang, you just the determination to get the
Yeah.
work done. You just fly
Amazing.
through work.
Yeah.
Or you could be like, oh, I'm feeling a bit like antsy, a bit stressed. I want to just listen to something to just relax and just
Zone
enjoy.
out. Yeah.
You've got music for that. You've got music to,
You go.
it's a beautiful thing. It's just a
It
wonderful
is.
world.
That's so funny you bring that up because I was actually thinking this. It's let's get real deep real quick, right?
Okay.
no, but
I'm
no,
down
but
for
yeah,
that.
okay, but me and my brother I was dropping my younger brother Shay off at my dad's house yesterday, and it was just like a summery sunset, so chilled out, so nice, and I don't think we said a word to each other the entire trip. And this is about like a 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
But I had this music on, and it started with this new song I found, which I'm gonna talk about later, called Fire in the Sky by my Lord and Savior Anderson .Paak.
I
But
heard you listening to it, and I was
yes,
like,
it's a sick song. It's unbelievable. But it started with it, and then it went to Children of the Internet with Dave. I talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago, and then I went into Man I Is by Logic. I talked about it in the podcast a few weeks ago, and then Do for Love by Tupac. I remember the track list so well, but it's just because I knew what Shay was thinking, early feeling. I could see him bobbing his head. He knew what I was thinking about. We didn't say a word, but it was like, but I was just thinking of like what music is, and as we were like pulling into the driveway, I was like, I just had an epiphany, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, music is just amazing. Music is like, it's like, it's a feeling. Like, in itself, music is a
Yeah.
feeling. It is a connection device where you can connect to people through, like, we didn't speak, but
Yeah.
but
But
we knew.
yeah.
Yeah, we were on the same wavelength. it's a disconnection device. If I'm doing a load of work and I want to zone out and just do it, I'll listen to like Don Toliver or something, just like chill me out and just get the head like in the moment. Like music is so amazing. And I was walking about the park today listening to all these tunes, and I was just thinking like, life's good. And it's just like music just can provide you with like, it can provide you with a mindset, it can provide you with a feeling, it can provide you with, motivation. It's just there's a sound and there for every emotion and a sound for every feeling. And it's just, I just kind of came to that realization yesterday. And I could just be talking the complete load of shit, but it's just like, it's amazing.
But, and that's like, it is really incredible that like, like all it is a couple of instruments playing a few notes and all it is like the same notes, but just they're ordered jumbled up with different instrument playing a different thing, and
different rhythms.
And it can change how you feel so fast. Like, I mean, if I'm sitting here and I'm feeling a bit sad and I'm like, right, I need to cheer myself up, I've got shit to do, plug in my earphones and I put on like something like upbeat, I play like I don't know, just something like I might stick on some of the like 70, like Don't Stop Believing or something like that, like it's just very like happy feeling, and like, I mean, within seconds of like hearing even specific intros of songs, you're just like, you go from like slouched in your chair like to like sitting up and bopping your head, tapping your foot, smiling straight away. And there's sometimes where like I'll be lying there and I'm like, I don't want to cheer up, but I don't feel sad. I want to listen to music to appreciate it. And you might listen to like a couple of like orchestral pieces, you might listen to like How to Build a Home and stuff like that, like very like piano based melodies or Dynamo or whatever. And you're just like sitting, and I think the moments I appreciate music the most are the moments when it literally gives you physical sensations, like you get that shiver down your spine, or you get goosebumps listening to someone's vocals, or like music hits you, and it doesn't just hit your ears, and like stimulate your brain. It hits your heart, it hits your gut, it hits it feels like it touches every part of you. And I've made friends just by being like, oh, have you like, by talking about, like, I remember in school one day I was walking along and I was talking about like this like a parody band that I thought their music was really funny, and like it was still good, like they still made good music. And someone came up to me and they were like, wait, do you listen to the said band? And I was like, yeah, no way, like I've never met anyone that listens to them as well. And they were like, oh, no way. And we ended up chatting about them and got really close because of it, like music can bring people together that otherwise would never have spoken, or like, you can talk. Like, I remember there was, for a while, I was like, if I was really bored whenever I had my knee injury, like going on Omegle and just like flicking through, and you're just chatting to people. And I remember like bonding with people, being like, oh, what's your favorite band? And then being like, oh, I really like 21 Pilots or whatever. And me being like, oh, no way, I love their music. And you can just make friends that way, So yeah, I think that music really is either the great divider or the great connector. Like, it's
that's a good way to put it.
People will fight to the death to defend their favorite artist that other people may hate, but at the same time, those people, the person fighting to the death for their artist can make friends with other people fighting to the death for the same artist. They both love their music. They both have, and like, no two opinions will be the exact same. Like, I mean, two people who love like with all of their heart love like Kanye West, one of them might like Drake and the other one absolutely hate Drake, something like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like every single, like, it's not like you'll find two people with identical music tastes, but it's really easy to find people with similar music tastes and people with very opposite music tastes, but it is just really bizarre how different people will react different ways to certain types of music. And it's interesting. It's a baffling thing. I think music genuinely is one of the most interesting just topics in the world. It's just one of the most interesting things.
It's just something amazing, man. I couldn't put the words, and I know you you mentioned the sensations, the physical sensations. Like I was walking through the park today with like my chest, the feel like it's so hard to explain, but you just not feeling your chest. You
Yeah.
get when you're just smiling and you've got not a care in the world, and you're
Yeah.
just kind of well in that moment, and
Yeah.
it's just and you do anything to just find that feeling again. It's amazing. And I got to the car, I went for my walk, and I'm not really meant to be going for my walks because of obviously the injury, but
Yeah.
I got to the car and I was like, I don't want to go home. Well, I
Yeah.
don't want to go home. And I was kind of in a similar mood when I picked my dog up from the vet. So I took the long way home and went up and seen the views of the mountains and stuff while I was listening to all these amazing tunes, and Seeing Drugs by Chance the Rapper or Bound to by Kanye West, and just kind of just breathe, taking a deep breath of life, and it was just music, man.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's the only other thing I could say about music is like music. I feel like if you get the right songs, music really affects your outlook. Like, I mean, I said there, like, music can make you happy. It can like make you see the world in like a better light, or like you want to like just appreciate the music. You can like turn off your view of the world and focus solely on the music, you know. But
hmm
I mean, like, you could like, I think some songs are designed to not be focused on. Like, it's hard to explain, but I
yeah,
think some songs were made to be a background song, but have
yeah,
the effect of, okay,
yes,
I am a background song. Focus on the moment. Look around you. Listen to me and just appreciate your surroundings. Appreciate, like, I
hmm
mean, yesterday I was Ireland have been hit by a heat wave, and yesterday
yeah,
I, after working, finishing up my assignment, uh, me and a couple of the boys that I was doing the assignment with were like, just look at it, like it's just such a beautiful day. And there wasn't any music playing at this point, but we went down to the docks and we just sat there sunbathing, had a few
nice,
drinks,
yeah,
tunes playing through the speaker, and it was like, I still remember the first song being like a phone number by Dominic Fike, and
it's
like just
good,
sitting there like
yeah,
bobbing my head and like appreciating feeling the sun on my body,
yeah,
being there with like my friends. I was like, this
yeah,
is the life. But it was, I feel
yeah,
like listening to that song really completed the moment. It's
yes,
a song that makes you happy in a situation that is making you happy is like, it's
just
just
amazing. Yeah,
chef's kiss.
it's just incredible. That's
Brilliant.
what I'm thinking, and even today, I'll bring it back to my morning, walking through the sun beaming, listening to Love by Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
and it was and even a bit of poetic justice as well. But it was a bit more like jumpy rather than just the chill vibe of like Love, but it was still just the feeling you get was incredible. And I think I'm so grateful that I learned this. A lot of people, I'll talk to my friend Guinea's a person, for example, who I'll talk, obviously I talk about music. I have a fucking podcast about
Yeah,
music,
yeah, yeah.
but he would always say, "Mate, you think too much about music," like, because I'll
I
often like
know.
be in a party
Yeah.
and just be bored and be like, "Right, I'm gonna make a playlist real quick," and he'd be like, "Mate, why the fuck do you think so much about music?" And I'm like, why don't you
Why
think so
not?
much about
Why
music?
not?
Because
Yeah.
it puts me in a situation where I was on that drive yesterday, and I knew before the song the song was even half finished. I knew right next is this and this, and I was just queuing them
Yeah.
as we went. I was telling Shay to type them in and queue them, and and the vibe just never died because I knew what I was looking for, and I knew artists and I knew songs that give me
Yeah.
that. And it's just I'm so grateful to have an understanding and a knowledge now of music in that way where I can just, if someone says give me a song for this feeling, like bam, there's a
Yeah.
list.
There's one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a list. And someone texted me today and was like, oh, today's the day for the summer vibes. I was like, yeah, which summer vibe? I've got like 3 playlists for that
Yeah.
alone. They're like, well, how many playlists you got? And I just took a screen record of my entire like my library on Spotify, and it was about 30 seconds long of just me going like this.
Yeah.
And it's just I think music can be used in so many ways, man. And if you use it
Uh,
right, it's just different.
yeah, and it's because, but that's, I think the reason I said this to you when we were creating the podcast, like, we are obviously very, like, we think, like, I think the two of us understand how important music is in our lives,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
and I even to the point where I don't think I have as good of an understanding of music as you. Like, I mean, obviously, you've done like GCSE music, so you know
Yeah.
like the
Well.
theory behind it.
Yeah.
You're better at describing it than I am,
Yeah.
and I think even you're better at like picking up on a vibe of a song and like being able to name songs off rip. And I the way I see music isn't like a, okay, you want this, I've got this. Like, you want this type of vibe,
Yeah.
I've got this song. Mine's like,
Yeah.
okay, if you name a song, I'll be able to describe the vibe. Like, I really struggle to be like off the top of my head, here's a song.
Yeah.
But I know if I heard the song or someone talk about the song, I know the song,
Yes.
because I feel like
Okay.
the two
Yeah.
of us have very like really, really big ranges of music knowledge,
Yeah.
which is funny
Hmm.
enough why we'll be doing the hurdle today to test our music knowledge.
Yes, of
But
course, of course. What's neither of us get it?
yeah,
What's
I
gonna be
mean,
the hardest one ever?
I didn't get it yesterday, so sometimes you don't.
Oh,
But
what was it? I didn't do it.
WizKid Essence.
I
Um,
would have got that in a second.
I know,
I
and
would. I love that song.
I don't think I've ever heard it, to be honest.
Okay,
Which
okay,
is
yeah.
why I was like, I was
I
listening
love
and
that song.
I can probably guess, and I guessed WizKid, but I guessed the wrong song. I guessed
Yeah.
Mood by WizKid.
Okay, yeah.
And then
Okay.
once I guessed Mood by WizKid and it was wrong, I was like, I'll just move on and guess someone
Mustn't
else.
do.
So it was
Okay,
just
I guess it.
annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think mine is like, I love listening to a song and like seeing how incredibly different two songs are from one another. Like, I mean,
Okay,
if you take
yeah.
like a modern song, like say you take something like, I don't know, like Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, and
Yeah.
you compare it to the likes of like, I don't know, like Hound Dog by Elvis Presley. Each one,
Yeah.
respectively, was absolutely massive in its time,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they are nothing alike. Like, they are
I know,
so
yeah.
like incredibly different songs,
Hmm.
and it's so amazing to see how such a variety of music can
Yeah.
be widely regarded as an excellent song. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing between those two songs to connect them to each other. But I know if I
Hmm.
spoke to my dad about either one, he'd be like, "Oh, that's a great song. I know that's why I know that." And like, you speak to
Yeah.
most people, they'll be like, "Oh, they're two great songs." But there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's
But
nothing
why?
in music to be like, this is what makes a great song. Like, you
Yes.
can't. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
say this is the formula. Make a song, and that's why. Like, I listen to like, if even like my TikTok is just filled with like people singing, or like, and I saw
Mhm.
like people like, I think it was Arabian singing, like an Arabian person singing like quarter notes in terms of like the
Okay.
melody, and I was like, that sounds beautiful. Like, it
Yeah.
sounds like nothing else I've ever heard, and I think I've heard a lot of beautiful things, but this is another one, and it's nothing like anything
Yeah.
else I've dealt. So it's so incredible. Like, a lot of my, I've said it before, a lot of my like Discover Weekly, or even I've got playlists where it's foreign music. Like, it's
Yeah.
music not from my culture of like British music, or like very
Yeah.
stereotypical, famous songs, from the 70s or
Okay.
whatever,
Yeah. I guess.
that
I guess.
everybody knows. Um,
Yeah.
I like listening to like Japanese music, like
Hmm.
I like listening to French music, Spanish music, even Korean music, stuff like that. Like, I love broadening. That's why I have my playlist
Broader
broader
horizons.
horizons,
Yeah.
because it's just a playlist of artists I've never heard of before, that just from one song I'm like, I want to keep listening to you, or types of music that I'm like, I love this style of music. I'm going to start listening to more of this. I'll see if I can find this in any playlists or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just, music is. But then there's people
It's
who are
just.
like, I'll listen to the same song 20 times in a day, every
Yeah.
day for 3 weeks
Yeah.
until I get sick of it and pick another song,
That's
because
yeah.
it's not
It's
that
safe.
important to me. But it's an alright song,
Yeah.
I guess.
Hmm.
And if that's your opinion on music, I get it. But I feel like
Yeah.
that's why music's so bizarre as well as being incredible. Like
Yeah.
some other people will be like, music sucks. Like I don't think there's been a song in the past 30, 40 years that I've been like, oh, this is a great
Uh,
song. You know what I mean?
wrong
Um,
generation people.
yeah. And
You're
there's even
yucky.
people who are like, there hasn't been a generation for me yet, you know, like it's,
Yeah, here.
but that's just
Yeah,
music. Music really, it
it
appeals to
is.
different people in different ways. So,
It's incredible, and I'm even just I thinking that you can take a song like "Praise God" like Kanye West, where it's really dark and grimy, and you've got
yeah.
people like Baby Keem on it, and comparing it to like "Brandy, You're a Fine Girl" by The Looking
Yeah.
Glass,
Yeah.
and I think that they're both amazing songs. "Brandy, You're a Fine Girl" is still the greatest song ever written, but you know.
Yeah.
You've got Praise God as well, and they are nothing alike. There is not one
Yeah.
thing about these songs that are alike, and yet I still regard them as amazing songs. So it's
Yeah.
weird. It's really strange.
Yeah, it's so bizarre,
Yeah,
but I mean
it is.
that's the wonder of music, and it
It
really is
is.
a wonder, like a wondrous and wonderful thing.
Mhm.
It
It's
baffles me,
amazing.
and I think it always will. But
And
yeah,
I think that's the best way to be. I think that
yeah,
you never lose if you can never lose this feeling and never lose the ability to. I can't wait to see when I have kids or if I have kids and I can just show them, I can teach them music
yeah.
and football, and I think it'll be so amazing. I'm gonna keep all my old records that I've bought and all the ones I've stolen off my parents, and I'm gonna show them all the everything, and I can't wait. This will be amazing.
I know, and
This will be
that's
so
like
cool.
even like I feel like my parents had somewhat of an influence on my music. Like I mean, there'll be a song that I hear and I'm like, this is a good song, and I know
Yeah.
Dad's gonna love it. Like I mean, I was walking around the house listening to the Rex Orange County album to get ready for the album review, and he went,
Hmm.
"Who's that?" And I went, "It's Rex Orange County. It's a pretty good song, right?" And he was like,
Yeah.
"Might have to check him
I
out."
like
And I
it.
was like, "I know
Yeah.
because I know you're gonna
Sick.
like him," you know.
Mate,
Um,
you're not on Snapchat anymore. I got a
yeah.
text from my dad.
I
He sent
I
me.
had Snapchat and I saw that
Did you
he
see that? He
sent you
texted
a
me.
song.
He sent me a Dave song, an
Yeah,
old Dave song. Now this is a Dave song that a lot of Dave fans nowadays wouldn't know
yeah,
to an extent. Like, it would be like completely underground. But like I've only heard it a handful of times, and he
yeah,
sent me and it was like this slaps. And I was like, what? Like that I was so gassed about that. It was so funny. But
yeah.
it's mad, man.
I think it's only right that if your parents put you on so many songs, like I mean,
Yeah,
my parents are 60s babies, so they grew
yeah.
up with 70s and 80s and 90s music. A lot of
Okay.
that has a fact. I've talked about it before. 70s, 80s music is like probably my favorite
Yeah.
two eras of music. Um,
Mm,
so that was definitely heavily affected by it. But then dad loved the
yeah.
90s as well and quite like rock
Okay.
stuff. He liked
Yeah.
alt stuff. He liked the so and I think that's absolutely affected me. I mean, nowadays I would say I have like I like the new alt rock stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Um and I think then come to whenever I have kids, it's gonna be amazing trying to be like this is the music I loved in my time. I want to
Yeah.
see what you like growing up, like which songs hit you and which
Yeah.
songs are you able to be like, oh, this is my favorite song, you
It's
know,
the
and hear it
slabs.
and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I can understand why, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think everyone has a passion for something, you know, everyone has a love for something that's never gonna die, you know.
Yeah.
And mine is 100% music. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think there's ever been a period of time that I haven't loved discovering new music. Um,
Hmm.
like there's been periods of time where like I've opened up my Discover Weekly, listened all the way through, and went, there isn't a single song on there I like. And
Hmm.
then I get frustrated because I'm like, I don't have any way of like finding new music, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh, it's music at the minute sucks. I've listened to this song too many times. I don't want to keep listening to it. Or this song's lost its like feels that I used to have associated.
Yeah.
And then literally the next week, your Discover Weekly, you're just like, I am so glad I checked again because this week is incredible. I love
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's,
I know.
I don't think I'll ever get bored of finding new music, even if I don't think it's great. I think the fact that music will continue to be made, it's just
Yeah. It's a
it's a
renewable
great thing.
resource.
Yeah.
It's no, it's amazing. I think I think the music is just it's just incredible, man. I think I haven't really been discovering new music hasn't always been my thing. Well, I say that, but at the same time, it kind of has. Um, I would go through. I've kind of been doing it recently. I've been just updating my pod or my playlists, and I've been taking a real liking to just adding stuff to playlists and like creating new ones and stuff and finding feelings. And I've gone through a thing of looking up other people's playlists on the same vibe and being the most judgmental cunt that has ever existed.
That TikTok really hit you different. That TikTok that you sent me, the one is like it's seeing how people organize their Spotify playlist.
Yes, yeah.
You're just like, not that in there.
Yeah, nah. No, I had asked people last week at some stage. I went for this really nice late night drive up this area in Belfast where you can kind of see the whole city. And I was like, I need a soundtrack for this. You know what I mean? So I had did some cutting and chopping to my big nighttime playlist, and I asked like a lot of people that I knew that were interested in music about what do you listen to, and the response I got back, some of the songs were amazing. Like I found new Future, I found new new The Weeknd, I found new Bryson Tiller, all these kind of stuff that I like, but I wouldn't go out of my way to like listen to new stuff by them.
New stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But they were handed to me, and I was like, yeah, these slap. So it ended up going from about 50 to 70 songs in that playlist, and it was it was amazing, man. And I found you Childish Gambino. I've never really listened to like Awaken My Love and all the way through.
It is. Isn't it? I went through a phase because I would say my favorite sitcom of all time is Community. Like I think it is one of the greatest shows ever written. I think it is just
I never watched it.
I'm watching it, seeing Donald Glover in it. Just I saw him in it. Went and watched some of Atlanta because he's like directing, producer as well as a lead actor in it. I think that could be absolutely wrong, but I know he has writing credits as well as being an actor in it. Started watching it, went through a phase of being obsessed with him, listened to his old music because I had already gone through a phase of loving Bonfire, Sweatpants, like old Childish Gambino, like hard rap,
stuff.
You know what I mean? And I loved that music. And everybody knows like the likes of Redbone and stuff like that,
That's the only one I knew from that album was only Redbone.
See, because at the time I watched Community, This Is America had just dropped. So watching that, I saw he had new music, listened to it, loved This Is America, went, fuck it, I'm going to listen to like all of Donald Glover's old music. Listen through Childish Gambino. Like, I mean, I can't really remember it as 2017 or something. This Is America was released.
It could have been.
I have no idea, but I think it was around that time. And so I haven't done it in ages, but a Childish Gambino will always hold a special place in my heart, just because I would say acting is a passion of mine as well. Like I love acting, I love watching, which is why I love musicals, because it's just music and acting combined.
Cool.
So I love the fact that he's producing stuff, he's acting and stuff, he's writing stuff, he's singing stuff, he's a comedian, he's just
he's involved in so much, and I didn't know this. I didn't know the depth of I didn't even know he was on what Community said. I never watched it.
He's genuinely one of my favorite characters on it as well.
I don't know this. I didn't know how deep the rabbit hole went with Donald Glover, but This Is America was released in 2018. It's a very good song. The intro to that song is class.
Yeah.
And the music video where he's like playing the guitar and then he just like gets shot in the head. I know it's class, but even with Awaken My Love, like songs like Me and Your Mama and Baby Boy, like those songs are just, I didn't know they existed until yesterday, and I was like, they're R&B, and that's when I realized, especially after my dad, I don't know how it came up, but he texted me and said, winding me up about the fact that I said that he had like a massive impact on my music taste.
Yeah.
And then they called me thinking I was listening to R&B, and I was thinking like, nah, that's not true. I
Yeah.
think my mom had the bigger impact, because when my dad was like, listen, his main thing was like, he just like Meatloaf is one of the main ones. Battle Out of Hell by Meatloaf is one of the main songs I remember listening to in the car with him. And he loved U2 and stuff. But my mom, she would drill Michael Jackson into me,
Yeah.
and by no like, not like listen to this, like we used to take these big long journeys to Donegal, these road trips, and we used to have a house up there, and it was amazing. It was on this lovely beach, Maharody Beach.
Yeah,
You've
I've
definitely been
definitely
there,
been.
yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous, and the views are amazing. And we just used to listen to Michael Jackson on repeat, and it would be me and my two brothers and my cousin Natasha. That was the usual crowd. Maybe sometimes
Yeah.
you get other cousins and stuff coming up. But the usual crowd was us four, and we used to just like belt out like Thriller, Billie Jean, Beat It, all these amazing songs. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Man in the Mirror was the biggest one.
Oh, what a tune. All of them are tunes.
Amazing song. All of them are tunes. And we used to blast them out. And I think that's had so much repercussions. I still adore Michael Jackson to
I
this
think
day.
Michael Jackson, his music's
Musically.
just, it's, yeah,
Musically.
musically,
Yeah.
100%.
We will clarify that real quick.
Again,
But
we don't,
we
everything's
don't know.
allegations, so
Yeah.
we're not going to say he did or didn't do anything, but
Yeah.
we are just going to stick to the fact that his music is good.
Slaps.
Opinions,
Yeah.
again, as well.
Exactly. Opinions. Listen to the pre-roll. But
Yeah.
but I think that's had so much, because I think a big part of my vibe is gone from that and kind of into R&B and stuff, and going into like chill stuff. And I remember my Spotify rap said that my main two vibes were hype and chill, which is a really cool
Yeah, it's
like
very
hot
good.
cold, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, my main two vibes was chill and hype. So I think that equally they probably had a pretty big influence, but I think that my mum has had a big influence on like the R&B side of me, and even like slow jams like Kanye West and tunes like that with like
Yeah.
the wee hit of Jamie Foxx in there and stuff, and I think it's definitely something to look at.
Yeah. No, I have to give credit to my dad for my music taste, because mum 100% had music talent. Like, I mean, she played the flute and stuff, but I
Yeah,
think grandpa being so heavily involved in singing and just like music in general, I guess,
yeah,
um, definitely affected dad. And I mean, I can't think of like off the top of my head of like mum ever being like, oh, I love this song, she's kind of
yeah.
like me in terms of like she likes a big range. Like a song will
Okay.
come on and she'll hum along to it, but she won't know any of the words, but she'll be able to hum along to almost any song, sort of thing.
Hmm.
um Whereas dad'll be like, this band or this band or this band, they're my go-to
Yeah,
bands. I know every word, and like for now, like, and it's cool seeing even his music growth. Like, I mean, I remember him telling me he loved like heavy metal stuff, like
damn.
Metallica and stuff like that.
Yeah.
um that might be wrong. It might not be Metallica, and that if you're listening, you can let me know what the actual bands were that you listen to. But I know you like alt stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Even to now, like listening to like Paolo Nutini and like loving liking the sound of Rex Orange County and
Yeah.
well, I can't even remember the name of the band, but the song, the la 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 Lola, la 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 la
Oh,
Lola,
I know what you're
whatever.
talking about.
It's
I
called
don't know the
Lola, but I
band.
can't remember the name of the band.
Yeah.
God damn,
I know what
I
you're
can't
talking
remember.
about.
But like, I still remember
I
listening
don't.
to that in his car and stuff, and being like,
Yeah.
how did you like
Nah.
like metal rock, like dark
Yeah.
stuff? And then I'm like, but then that's me too. Like, I love a bit of acoustic, and then I love a bit of like rock stuff. I love like Fall Out Boy
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um,
I know.
but then I love like orchestral stuff as well with just no lyrics. Like
Hmm.
Ecstasies of Gold, beautiful, beautiful song. Me and Connor both love
Okay.
that song. It's on the theremin as well. It's
Oh, okay, cool.
just
Yeah.
it. But then it's like it's so various. It's it's.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I
It's
think
mad.
we really been kissing music's ass at the
We have. I think we've been
sucking
talking
up
about
to
music.
it.
That's been like
it's
fucking
been 40
45
minutes
minutes.
of just us talking.
I think
Yeah.
maybe we should test our music knowledge in that
Yeah,
this
we
week
should
at this today's
probably
hurdle.
test it. Yeah,
We
so
should probably do that.
this is
So how
for
we
you those of you that don't know, hurdle is it's spelled HEARDLE, so like hurdle, hurdle
yeah.
.com. It's a website kind of like Wordle, it's blown up, where it tests your music knowledge. It plays 1 second of a song, then it plays 3 seconds of a song, and then
Yeah, and then
6, and then 10, and then 16 or something like that.
yeah.
And it gives you the opening of a song, and you have 5 or 6 guesses to guess what the song is before you run out of guesses, and it tells you. So
Yeah.
we've decided that a recurring segment for our podcast is going to be every Tuesday. We're going to save our hurdle and do it live on the
For
podcast.
now. Let's go.
But yeah, it does mean that if you don't want today's hurdle spoiled, go do it.
Pause it and then
Pause this episode and go do it.
And then
We're
come
gonna
back.
pause the episode and get set up with our earphones
Yeah.
and stuff. So come back,
Okay.
see how fast we were able to get it, if we were able to get it at all. There might
Yeah,
be some weeks we
yeah.
don't get it.
Of course.
Yeah,
And we're looking like
it's
idiots.
a learning experience. So
It is.
you ready
That's
to
how we
go?
learn new music. We are. Okay.
Okay, so
let's get set up.
pause your recording now. We're gonna get set up.
Okay, we're set up.
We're all set
We're
up.
here.
We've got our hurdle right here. I don't know what today's date is, the 22nd of March 2022.
Okay. Yeah.
So today is that date's hurdle. And I think we're gonna give it a go. So we
Yeah.
listen to the first seconds and see if we get it.
There you go.
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
There's nothing there. That's
At the end, I
yeah.
don't
I don't think I'll be able to get this in
I don't-
1 second.
I don't know what.
Oh, actually, I might be able to get this. Hold on.
No way.
Let me see. No. It's not
What
on
would you
SoundCloud.
guess?
I was gonna say "Gives You Hell" by is it AJR or All American Rejects or something?
Alright.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to skip and go to the next. Get an extra second here.
Yeah, same.
Okay. 2 seconds.
It's just this.
I might have another guess.
I haven't a clue.
No.
I'm going for.
I'm getting 4 seconds now. I know what this is. I need to listen to it again now. I know this song.
I heard it, but I don't. I'm gonna skip it. I don't know.
If I can even think of the artist, come on, I should be able to get this.
I don't know if I know it. I don't know if I actually know. I've ever heard the song.
Oh, I definitely do know it. Okay, I'm gonna do a guess. Damn it, it's incorrect. Okay.
No way.
So I have what? 1, 2, 4. This is my.
I've got
fourth
2 more
guess.
guesses left.
I've got lyrics now.
Who's that? Who's that male artist?
Oh, fuck, I'm gonna have to skip again. This is really embarrassing for our first hurdle.
They really shafted us here. I don't know who Lucy Lou is, and the
Yeah.
guy goes, Who is that? I don't know. Right, I'm gonna skip it. But if I don't get it here, I'm gonna.
I can literally I can think of lyrics later on, but I can't think of them like for the actual name of the song.
I don't think I've heard this. I think I'm just gonna have to pinpoint who that artist is and then just take a random guess of what song it is. I'm on my last one.
It's not that. I don't think it's that. I'll guess this one. I didn't think that was it. Okay, I'm on my last one as well.
I don't know.
I know, I've guessed the same band twice, and I know it's that band, but I don't know the song.
Is it? Is it Destiny Child? Is it?
Well, that's what I'm gonna try and see. The problem is, I swear if it's this, I'm gonna be raging. I fucking I got it in the last guess. I guessed this. Have you guessed all your guesses?
No, it's my last guess.
I'll let you guess your last guess, but
no, I got the band. I didn't get this song.
I guessed. Let me read out my guesses.
Okay, what's your guesses?
Okay, so bring up Hurdle.
Okay. The answer was what? The answer was Destiny's Child, Independent Woman.
Yeah, and is it gonna let me see my guesses or like what's the crack?
And I've listened to very little Destiny Child, so unfortunately,
I also have listened to very little. However, I did know it was Destiny's fucking Child. I guessed three skips followed by Destiny's Child, Bills, Bills, Bills. Two skips, Destiny's Child, Bill, Bill, Bill. Skip, Destiny's Child, Bootylicious, and then I got Destiny's Child, Independent Woman. I knew it was Destiny's Child straight away. I was like, I know because if you listen, like in my head, I could play on in the song, and I knew it was Beyonce singing, but I was like, it's not a Beyonce song, which means it's a Destiny's Child song. But I just don't know the song. That's really.
No, I didn't. I hadn't a clue. I did skip. Destiny's Child, Bills, Bills, Bills. I don't really know any of those songs, the names, so unfortunately, I have taken. I don't know.
I mean, it means I have lost my win streak for you that don't. For everyone that doesn't know, I have. You get your like percentage wins and what you get them in. So at the minute I've played 14 and won 13 of them. I've only lost one, and it was literally yesterday's song, which I told Ryan about beforehand.
He didn't know Essence by WizKid, no.
And I knew it was by WizKid, but I guessed the wrong song. But yeah, I have a 92.9% win streak with 8 out of my 13 wins being in the first second of the song.
Amazing. We got them. What was the one that we both did last week? It was Bruno Mars. Was it Runaway?
Oh, I know what it is. Sure, it's the WhatsApp one. We sent it in our WhatsApp. But sure, we can hop back over to the
Locked Out of Heaven, Bruno Mars.
Locked Out of Heaven, yeah.
Yeah, of course. It was sick.
And we were just like, yeah, we know. So,
yeah. But
yeah, we will pause the recording and get back to being set up and continue our conversation there. We're back, and let's not talk about how
after that absolute embarrassment. We could have got an easy one. We've had Locked Out of Heaven. We've had Redbone by Childish Gambino was on one day.
We had a bit of Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus. We've had I've got I mean, like I said, I've got 8 songs in the first one. We got Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston. There's been some very, very easy songs, and then there's been some hard ones. I mean, there was I Want by Lil Nas X, which literally starts with just people talking in the background for 2 seconds, where I was like, "What? Like, what do you want me to do?"
Jesus Christ.
So
That is
you got
unfortunate.
us on a bad day, okay? You got us on
You
a bad
did.
day.
You did. We should make a cut and we should just pretend that we like do it and get it instantly.
Yeah,
We
let's
should just
quickly
cut it.
let's
Yeah, let's quickly get set up a second. Okay,
once
I'm
first
listening
second
to now.
first second.
Where's that?
I know this
Oh
one.
shit!
It's yes,
It's
got it right. I got it right. I got it right.
yes. I'm so good. But like, I want to make sure that you're not lying. Like, what did you get? So I like just to make sure that you're not
So
lying.
will we
Like,
say it on three? Will we say it on three? One, two, three.
through the
Independent woman.
Independent Woman.
Destiny's Child.
By
Yeah.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
I thought we were going for something different though. Yeah.
We're just like
Through the Wire by Kanye West. I was just trying to think what song you would say. I thought we were doing different songs. So I was like,
okay, right, we'll try it.
we'll
We'll try it again. We'll try it again.
Okay,
We just have to pick a song, just a song, and we have to try and guess what each other's song is gonna be. Okay.
But you're trying to guess what my song is, and I'm trying to guess what your song is.
Yeah. So we're trying to guess a song that both of us are gonna guess. I've got my song in my head.
Okay, I've got mine. Ready? 3.
Wait.
2.
Wait. Let me just. I just want to make sure I've got the right music on in my earbuds to make sure I've got this song right.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Ready?
3, 2, 1. Gold Digger.
90210. Oh, okay.
I was gonna say that. But then I was like, "You're not gonna say 90210 with Travis
See, I've
Scott."
been listening to a little bit of Travis Scott. I was like, I'm gonna say it because I feel like he's gonna say it. I was gonna say Goosebumps because I was like, I know both of us know Goosebumps quite well. So I was like, I'll go with the Travis song.
Yeah, but if you had to ask me I would have said 90210, but I knew that you kind of didn't know Travis too much, and I was like, right, we both know Kanye, as I say, yeah.
Frick.
No.
Well,
it's okay. It's okay. Our intuition testable.
Yeah. Because to be fair, I was like, I should go with a Kanye song because the Kanye song.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get a Kanye song together, and then I was like, no, because he might go for a Travis song, so I'm gonna go with a Travis song.
Yeah. Well, we know each other to an extent.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, not Inside Out just yet, but
yeah, just leave it for another what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say 10 episodes because, oh shit, wait, 10 episodes. That's about 2.5 months. And we're in March. Well, we're near the end of or we're not in March. We're in we are in March. We're nearly at April. So say the half months gets us to April, May, June. Am I correct in saying that we were potentially going to be on holidays in June?
I believe you would be correct.
Let me just pull up the fam group chat, grab the dates. And it would be June, so, 10 weeks time we might know each other really well, suddenly together. So, yeah, for all our audio listeners, we're going to try our best to get a Spanish edition live version of the podcast.
Yes.
Because
we're going to learn Spanish fluently.
We're going to play a wee bit of Latin guitar.
Yes, on the classical, the wee small ones on the streets.
Yeah, the nylon string guitars.
Yes, yeah. I'll learn how to play was that Neon by John Mayer just because just a flex. Yeah, this is the vibe.
Yeah, so we are hopefully going to be going on holidays with each other, and I would like to record an episode while we're on holidays. I think it'll be pretty cool to get a live episode from one of the Spanish islands. I'm not going to say because we don't want our fans flooding there and trying to surprise us there.
I know, nightmare. Damn, it's not a fan meet up, like it's the holiday. We need to take a step back from all this fame and just chill.
Just chill, guys. We want some time off, okay? Just chill, guys.
Bro, look at the platform we've built. We've got in Orange County his first ever #1 album. It's like
it actually warms my heart to know our podcast. Our podcast got him that. It's just
a lesser human being close to what we see every day. It's just
I said it myself on the Trats and Tunes podcast Instagram. It's so nice seeing small
Yeah,
artists get the
yeah,
recognition
it
they deserve.
is. It is.
It's
It's really heartwarming, and
yeah,
it's a beautiful sight.
yeah,
Really is. So
and
we need to
and he,
stop us for someone leaves us.
him shouting us out for the help. Oh, he really didn't
Yeah,
have to.
yeah. Cheers, Rex. Cheers. Thanks, Rex.
Thanks, Rags.
Yeah, real nice. Thanks, Rex. You scumbag. I love
Love you.
you.
I
Love
mean,
you.
I just look at the ending of the last episode to know how much we love you.
Still hands down the best animated episode we've ever
Yeah,
done.
I think I blacked
Yeah.
out a little bit. I can't really remember how it ended. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I think you should go watch it. I hear that it's
No,
the best.
no.
No,
You guys should
I
watch
hear
it,
it's
but I'm not rewatching
Yeah.
it.
No, we're not gonna rewatch it, but I hear it's the best. Like I don't remember
Yeah.
how it ended either, so I think
Okay.
you should go rewatch it. I just hear that it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all of our episodes, like because we haven't
Yeah.
ever made a bad episode, ever,
Yeah.
and we never will.
Ever. Yeah. That's all good. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people seem to think that. I'm getting someone is listening to the podcast and taking notes on it, which I'm
Yeah.
very impressed by. Yeah, that's that's not even a joke. That is actually happening. It's
Damn.
really funny. Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah.
Whenever we said we want you taking notes to apply as like the editor. For
Oh,
our
we
pod-
did say that as well, didn't we?
Like we are joking to a point. If you want to be the
Yeah.
editor, you do need to watch our
Yeah.
shit and see like what.
Yeah.
What is
Yes,
shit?
and I'm not. This is not me beefing you. You know who you are. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
You have listened to this podcast more than I would say all of my close mates. Obviously, apart from you and apart from David, and that's that
I
is the
don't
truth.
listen to our podcast. It'd be weird if the host.
That would be
listened to our
real
own
weird.
podcast.
And also to all my close friends who maybe will one day watch this, these are scumbags.
Yeah, for not taking notes.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Take notes.
Yeah,
Send me
I
the
want to.
notes.
I think it is appropriate for me to now say thank you to everyone who listens to podcasts who is a friend of mine. I can't have beef with you because I mean I went home and my parents were like, "Oh, we're a bit behind on the podcast," and my brother was like, "Yeah, I need to get caught up. I'm a few episodes, and none of you are episodes behind. It is hard to be episodes behind when we haven't even released 10 episodes yet." Why can you not find?
I feel like saying you have to get caught up on the podcast is like asking a girl out and her saying, "Oh yeah, I'll let you know if I'm free."
Yeah,
You know, it's
no,
just-
it's asking a girl out and saying, "Give me a year to decide," and you're like, "Yeah,
of course, I'll wait.
Because the longer you leave it, the further behind you're gonna fall. So you may
Exactly.
get caught up now, you know. I'm just saying.
I know, or you're getting detention. It's
Yes.
as easy as that.
You're being
Yes.
grounded.
Yes.
As your
Of
two
course.
daddies, we're telling you you're grounded.
Don't, as Rex
And
says,
there's
don't call
the
me daddy.
title.
That's
There
just
is
fucking
the
weird.
title of the
That is
episode. Daddy says
Jeez.
you're grounded.
Daddy's fucking hell. Oh my days. Right. Moving swiftly on from that subject of what about
How are
What
we a
about-
music podcast? We have
We're
been
not-
ranked as a music review or a music review podcast with titles like "Daddy Says You're Grounded," Kanye West,
Daddy
We Love
Says-
You.
that is? Oh, actually, I seen your problems in the industry, baby. That was pretty clever.
Smart, right?
That was pretty clever. I like that. Yeah, that was real smart.
Yeah,
But
so-
maybe I say we what do we discover weekly? How was it? How was it this week? Was it
yeah, we should probably go to like the topic of the podcast, right? we
good?
should
Yeah,
probably
we should
move
yeah.
swiftly
Before we go down
onwards
a
from-
darker path than what we're currently at. If you stuck past that, yeah.
Yeah, if
Fair
you're
play.
still
Love you.
listening, drop a comment, subscribe, like the video,
Ah,
leave a comment that says
no.
"You guys are my daddies."
I know. I don't know what's that. No,
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, my Discover
Nice.
Weekly. It was I don't want to say it was mediocre, but
Okay.
I got a lot of songs that like the names. I just want to be like, here's a name.
Yeah.
I don't really want to talk too much about it because I don't have that much to say. But
Okay.
there weren't that many bad songs. Like, I mean, off the top of my head, I can think of one bad song, but I also know that it was made by a YouTuber to be a comic song, like a funny song.
Yeah.
It's like a funny take. It was like it's by I don't know if you've ever seen him, Mr. Beard. He did a really really funny video on CNMA. And the whole drama between
Okay.
Linker and Jack Wright or whatever the guy's name was.
Right.
And this is supposed to be the same thing where it's just like an anti-vaxxer funny song where it's just taking the piss out of anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the only song I can think of off the top of my head. Was up, not it wasn't a good song. It was a funny song, and in its own respect was a good song because it achieved its goal well. But it wasn't like a well produced or well made song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the only bad song that I can think of.
Yeah.
But no standouts either.
Oh really?
Yeah. There's like I've got a song that I say is like it was definitely my favorite of this week's Discover Weekly, and while I was listening to it I was like, this is a good song, but like I mean there was no like Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars in it this week, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get you. I'm very similar. I think I held my Discover Weekly to a really high, like I held it to really high standards this week because I wanted to, because it was just sitting in the park and chilling and being in that vibe of just like nice and chilled out and happy, and I was just like not anything that wasn't hitting that was just like nah,
Yeah,
it just wasn't good, and I tried to, and I that's not saying that if a song was still unreal but it wasn't a happy song I didn't like it. It was just like nothing hit well enough. So I've got two that I really enjoyed. One's by an artist. I'm gonna say Maggio. Now,
do you want to try spelling it just in case?
Yeah, it's Masego, but I know it's not said Masgo.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's like an African. I think it's African. It's Maggio. I'm gonna call it Maggio. Okay, if I'm wrong, burn me at the stake. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
No. If we're wrong, don't send hate, guys. Listen to the intro. It's our
hate.
opinions, and yes, that's an opinion on a name, but don't. If
you spell your name like that, it is open for interpretation.
Agreed.
It's definitely not.
We can't say that, but
yeah, we can't say that. But yes, I'm very sorry. And then I've got another UK kind of chill scene that kind of fit my vibe, and then I want to talk about another song that I've really been enjoying recently. But yeah, so it's been, I held it to a higher standard and came out of it with, I want to say like 10 songs that I semi enjoyed and 2 songs that I will probably listen to again.
Okay. Well, that's not, I mean, the best way to put it. Again, we've said it before, as long as you're pulling one song from your Discover Weekly a week where you're like, this isn't bad, you're discovering new music. So it's a success in my books. Absolutely. Do you want to take it away with yours? I've got a couple.
Yeah, I'm happy enough. So I want to start off by talking about Something Ain't Right by Something Ain't Right by Maggio, Masego, featuring Jid, which is like capital J, capital I, capital D, and Rhapsody. And if you're someone who has listened to Maggio, I don't know if you're familiar with him. No,
the name sounds very familiar, and so does Jid. So I assume I've maybe heard some of their stuff, but I can't think of any other songs.
I don't know Jid or anything. I know Maggio is a really cool one for me because in lower sixth, my friend Alicia, she has an amazing music taste, very similar to ours, but she also kind of just goes off in this direction that I love. She is definitely someone I will have on the podcast eventually.
100%.
I hope. But she introduced me to Maggio and this song called Tato, and I remember learning it on guitar. And I remember during lockdown, especially, I used to play it all the time. And I got this like loop pedal, like what Ed Sheeran would use during his live shows, and I would like play it, and I set up this really clean loop. And Maggio was really smooth. I have a lot of his stuff in. I say his. It could be them. I think it's his. I have a lot of his stuff in my Touch of Class playlist that I always talk about. That includes Old Age is a really good tune. It's so funky and it talks about having like a sugar mommy and stuff.
Okay.
So nice. Talk about like aging number and number and all that. So good. And Queen Things unreal song. But Tato is what really introduced me to them because Alicia showed me them, and I fell in love with it. It's so at the time it was such a different style of music, and I think it added another branch to my music taste,
Yeah.
and it made me think like I wouldn't say I was a gatekeeper for the rap or the psychedelic rap type thing, but it was like if it wasn't Drake or if it wasn't Travis Scott, it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And I was young and immature like that. But then I was into just this completely different style of music, and I was like, wow, that's cool. So that's why I was so gassed to see Maju come up on my Discover Weekly, and I would just every day the new one I would just scroll through to see anyone I recognized before I listened to it all the way through,
Yeah,
and it's like,
I do the same, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, oh, there they are, and I want to see this. So it did not disappoint for a
Right,
Maju
yeah.
song. It fit the typical Maju style. Um, it's and it kind of matches the vibe that I was feeling, and it matches the vibe of the other song I want to talk about as well. So you can kind of get a feeling of what mood I was in today. But um, the hook is what keeps me involved with this song. It's so infectious. Maju has this amazing voice, and it's like I I wouldn't say it's like heavenly vocals or anything or something amazing. It
Yeah.
just matches his style of music so well. It blends so well together, and it's so smooth. It's like buttery smooth the way he sings it, and the hook is infectious. And I don't know if you ever heard the meme. You definitely have. Hold on, wait a minute, something
Yeah.
ain't right.
Yeah.
That's like part of the hook,
Oh,
and he sings it
nice.
so
Yeah.
nicely. That's what the song's called. Sorry, something ain't right. And the hook it's sung so well, and then there's this really buttery smooth electric guitar. The vocals work so well, and it is in that signature Maju style. And again, I said every week, it is playing completely into my like I feel myself, so
Yeah.
much. It plays into that, so and that is dangerous because it'll get to the point where it's Kanye West. There you go, like, but
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
we're not there yet, so it's calm. But it gives me those I know my worth, not you're below me, but it's
Yeah.
like you're gonna fuck on me, sweet. Next, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That
Yeah.
kind of vibe.
The way it should be.
And
If you
exactly
ain't
that is the
fucking
way
with
it should
me,
be. Yeah.
that's cool. Move
If you
on.
don't fuck
I'll
me,
deal with someone
that's
else.
your
That's
loss,
sweet.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then the two features work really well on the beat because it is quite a difficult beat to blend into if it is Maju's signature style, and I think that they do work really well on it. No, that's me saying that with very little background knowledge on the two artists.
Mm-hmm.
They could just be in that kind of genre of music, but I think if they aren't, it's really impressive because it is quite a hard style to like get into. It's
Yeah.
almost like it's like funky slash jazzy, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Definitely have
it's
to
really
listen to it.
nice. Definitely, I would recommend Maju especially. I'd recommend getting onto him. But it played onto that vibe so well, and that's why I think I hold it to such a high standard because I think um it 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 isn't like mediocre in any way. I think everything they do is done really, really well. The flow is amazing. The You instantly pick up the vibe off the song. I know you mentioned that I pick up vibes of songs. Like it's
Straight
then
away, yeah.
that's what that is. Almost without even listening to the song, I knew where I was going to go because I
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
I've never really been disappointed in this artist
Yeah.
and the track. Uh, that I told you I was going to say this shit to annoy you. The track is definitely amazing. I told my dad that I would piss him off by saying track and record instead of album and song
Okay.
all
Okay.
podcast. But the track it is a reflection of Maju, and I think it's definitely something that I will listen to a lot.
Nice. Okay, well, I
Yeah,
mean, then it sounds like I said before, one song where you can be like, I'm definitely gonna listen to this again, or a song that didn't disappoint your expect, because it is absolutely heartbreaking seeing a song come out that like your expectations are high because it's by an artist that you love, and then just not
yeah,
liking the song.
yeah,
It doesn't mean the artist is bad or anything. It just means you personally didn't
yeah,
like that song. Like, I mean, there's songs like that for, I feel like most artists, they'll put out a song that I'll just be like, don't fuck with this song. Move
yeah.
on.
I know.
Which is why it can be really annoying seeing someone come up in your Discover Weekly and being like, oh, yes, I got one of their songs, and listening and be like,
Yeah, that's why I've never
well,
heard
okay, I guess I'm
it.
just going to not
Yeah,
include it. Um,
yeah,
thankfully with my Discover Weekly, I've got a few. I mean, I have. Well, let me see my notes. I've got 9 songs that I just have like names of. Well, I have 9 songs, but most of them,
Yeah.
I would say it's. I mean, 6 of them probably are just names that I'm like, I'm gonna put this into the playlist. But I do want to start with a song, which I'm gonna start with my favorite song this week, and it's called "Calling Card" by Ella
Okay.
Jane. Um, it's it like starts off with this really really like acoustic fast strumming, which like it like straight away I like sat up straight in my seat and was like, oh okay, listen away, and
Okay.
there's just
Okay.
like
Yeah.
we slight hint of like bass underneath. It is so catchy, like straight away I was hooked on this song. And then the chorus is just it's just incredible. Like, I mean, this like really distorted electric guitar with like more drums, and her vocals are just incredible. I
Okay.
just like, I mean, I listened to this once and it was like just over halfway through my Discover Weekly, and I went, "This is gonna be my favorite song from my Discover Weekly." Like, I already really like this song. I gave it
Amazing.
an 8.5, and I was like, I'm before I even talk about this on the podcast, this is going in all tunes. Like, this is already going in my playlist. Like, even
Yeah.
if I wasn't making this podcast, I'd be going straight away. Just put it in there for later. I'll be listening
Okay.
to that
Cool.
another time. Um, and it was just I, I've never heard of her before, but it made me want to listen to more of her because I feel like unless she subverted her typical genre with this song and just did it incredibly, if this is her typical genre, I love that style of like acoustic into
Yeah.
like hard electric in the chorus, or like a big switch up between the verse and the chorus. I've talked about it before. One of my favorite songs for months was "It's All Right" by Mother Mother,
Yeah.
where it's like very soft piano, and it's like all about like it's all right, it's okay, it's all right, it's okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Yeah.
into the chorus, it like slams the keyboard and like electric guitar coming in, a bit of bass, and the drums build up as the song goes on. So every chorus gets more and more like loud and more energetic, with the verses
Yeah.
staying very like calm and peaceful. That's one of my favorite styles of songs. So it definitely was a top song for me this week.
Amazing. Yeah. Very good. So it's definitely something. I must give it a listen. Definitely something you listen to again. And
Yeah, 100%.
absolutely. So that's class. Well, I think yeah, I have really been stuck on the I hate saying fuckboy. It's not a fuckboy vibe. I promise. I promise it's not a fuckboy vibe. But but saying that, the 2 songs in my playlist I've given in my Discover Weekly that I want to talk about have given me those vibes.
Yeah.
And
Those vibes are
so
just
this
some of the best vibes for songs. So
it's
like
just
even if you're not
amazing.
on that
Yeah.
vibe yourself, listening to someone else be like, I feel myself really strongly and all
Yeah,
the
it's
girls
so
love me is
amazing.
so fun to listen to,
Yeah.
you know.
But it's not even on the like all the girls love me. It's just like you just feel like you're shit, and obviously that comes with it. And feeling like you're unstoppable and feeling like you can just do anything, and
Yeah.
you'll walk past a group of lads and they'll be like the fuck with the vibe, or you know what I mean. You're just driving about and you're just like, I'm the shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I've just been obsessed with that recently. Just I don't know why. There's nothing in my life that has made me think like that. It's just I love it. But so this song plays into that again. So this is called Audacity by Spencer Elmer. That's
Okay.
Elmer.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure I spelled that right. Yeah, Spencer Elmer, Audacity, and this artist is from the UK, but I wouldn't say it's UK scene because it's funky. It bounces. It keeps the head bopping. It's really nice. It gave me. I've written here that it gives me Silk Sonic vibes, but this
Okay.
isn't like this is like the Fly As Me Silk Sonic rather than
Okay.
the after or not after last night. I'd say um Smoking Out the
I
Window
was gonna
Silk
say
Sonic.
maybe
It's
Smoking Out the
yeah,
Window.
slightly different. Fly As Me is an amazing song.
Oh,
It's probably
it's
what
genuinely one of my favorite songs of the
yeah, it
album.
is. It is. It's like a low key one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
I think After Last Night is consistently one of the best because of the key switch at the end.
Yeah.
Mwah, chef's
Oh,
kiss. That is
just
incredible.
key shifts in general. I think more
Yeah.
songs need to, I mean, I saw there's a TikTok account that literally does key shifts for every popular song,
Oh,
and
really?
there's not a single song I've seen them do that has been bad. Like, I don't think you
Oh
can make a
shit.
song worse with a key change. It can only get
Okay.
better. Like, it's
Damn. That's sorry. That's sick. But and like after that key switch is incredible. Bruno
yeah,
Mars, his voice matched so well. And
such
it's
a
smoking out
man.
the
What a
window.
man.
Wait, I love him. I love him so much.
And
Anderson
we love
Paak,
Anderson Paak.
anything Anderson Paak touches turns to fucking gold. I swear. But yes, yeah. So it matches kind of that funky Sonic vibe of I'm Bruno Mars. I am the shit. Look
yeah,
at me. I didn't get my hair done to sit down and look good. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
it's that kind of vibe. And I think that the big thing is the percussion in this song. It's kind of jumpy. It has a nice beat, nice simple beat, and the and that obviously is what lands that feeling. Um, and it kind of is reminiscent of like I want to say smooth jazz or like funk, but I think that there is like a category to put it in, but I just can't think of it off the top of my head. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of it at the time, but I will have an epiphany in the next 3 or 4 hours and realize I
You're
look
like,
like a dick
that's
by
what
saying
it
the
is.
completely wrong thing. That's what it is. But yeah, so it makes you feel like you're the shit. And it talks about personal confidence, like it says you're blessed when I walk in the room, or it talks about that but fuck with me, bye.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Sweet, oh, what's this? You're not trying to reschedule, sweet, bye. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
I'm not slowing down. But that's a good rule of thumb to live by, in fairness.
I think, I mean, I feel like I've had that lifestyle for a long time where I'm like,
Yeah,
listen, I fuck with myself. If you don't fuck with me, that's
yeah,
completely fine. I don't, it's not that it's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, if you don't
yeah.
fuck with me, that's cool. You're completely entitled to your own opinion. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
just stop spending time with me then. I don't care. Like,
I
I
that's
don't want
yeah,
negative people around me. If you don't fuck with me,
yeah,
leave. Just don't
yeah,
sit around being like, oh, I don't like you. Don't, if you
yeah.
don't like me,
I
don't be
don't
with me.
care.
Don't just
Yeah,
fucking
it's
move
sick.
on.
It's not a big deal. That's my real thumb. If I make plans with someone and they cancel without rescheduling right away, I will not be the one to make plans with them next. Like
And I think that's
it will
fair as
not come
well.
from me. That's my rule of thumb. So Louis, if you're watching, make plans, bro.
Just outing people.
Yeah, I got so many more people. Well, it's okay, but that's the shit
Luke
that
can
ends
take
friendships.
it.
But I've got too much fucking self confidence and ego to be going on my way. But without me sounding like a massive dickhead anymore, it's yeah. So it talks about being blessed when you walk in the room and you're the classic 50 Cent line. Go ahead, leave. Think I'm gonna chase you? Shit, you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of vibe. Um, oh,
You
sorry, I
gave
got
me
a
okay?
notification.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, battery notification. But
I thought it was a Wi-Fi notification. I was like,
yeah,
not
no.
again.
But yeah, so but it's a very good vibe, and it played into that vibe so well that I was feeling today, and I would definitely listen to it again. Although I think that the Maju track is something I will listen to slightly more.
No, I think that's fair.
Is the best way to put it. Yeah.
I it's I wrote my next song I wrote down, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's kind of similar in terms of vibes because whoa, the laptop's floating. But yeah, no, I sorry for all the audio listeners. That was just because Ryan was moving rooms, so it looked like the
Yeah.
laptop was
Need the
floating.
phone charger.
Um,
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
yeah, the song I want to talk about next, it I put it tied because the only other song I want to talk about is 17 Going Under by Sam Fender. And if you don't know that song by now, you're clearly just not from the UK.
Bro, you got that in your fucking Discover
Yeah,
Weekly.
I did. And it is an
What?
absolute slapping song. The only reason I don't want to talk about it is because it's already out there. Like, I feel like people already will know it. And I feel like I want to, if there's a song I feel like I'm gonna put on its level, I want to give shout out to the smaller creator. And I know the person I'm gonna talk about isn't technically small. People will know him. Um, but yeah, so the song I'm gonna talk about is called "Cool Girl." And it's kind of
Okay.
about like, oh, you're such a cool girl, aren't you? It's like it feels almost
Mhm.
sarcastic, like them like taking the piss out of this girl, thinking she's the shit for like fucking them about, being like, oh, you're so cool. You think you're fucking with me? Oh, you're so cool. So it was quite
Yeah.
like I liked it, but I might be misinterpreting it. It might be in terms of like I think you're really cool, like I fuck with you. Um, but it's
Mm.
by New Beat Fund and a band called The Driver Era. Now, I love The
Okay.
Driver Era. It is Ross Lynch's band. For anyone that doesn't know, Ross Lynch is the actor out of such as like The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Teen Beach Movie, Austin and Ally off Disney Channel. For anyone that watched it, he was Austin in it. Um,
Oh, very good.
Loved him in all of those shows, and I always thought he was a very good singer. Even in the
Yeah.
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, there's always like one in like most seasons. There's like one scene where like all the main characters are like performing in a band. He's always like the lead singer. Like they did a version of is it My Sharona or just Sharona by why can't I think of the name of the band? You know the my Sharona.
No, I don't think I know.
It's such a famous song. I have to pull this up, or I'm gonna like be so
Very good.
embarrassed with myself. Um,
Yeah.
my Sharona. The knack, and it is my Sharona.
Okay.
So they did a really, really great cover of it. But this song, "Cool Girl," Ross Lynch takes the second verse, and I just love his vocals. I think he's an incredible singer. But the whole song, as a whole, I already knew I was gonna like it, because it featured the Driver Era, and I was listening to their album recently.
Hmm.
Um, but it has a really like catchy like a this like swinging melody that's really like funky. I said the best way to
Okay.
describe it is
Okay.
groovy as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think the lead vocalist from New Beat Fund, who takes the first verse, excellent singer. Ross Lynch, excellent singer. Really nice like bass guitar playing, drums playing, electric guitar, bit of piano. I'm pretty sure I heard quite a bit of piano, but I might be remembering wrong. Um,
Hmm.
but just the whole song gelled together really well. I give it a 9
Yeah.
out of 10, which I also give to Sam Fender because I love the song. It
That's
just
incredible.
isn't my like favorite song. I love the song. I think it
Yeah.
deserves to have as many streams as it has and deserves to have done as well as it has. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
but I think that iconic line of the like, and I was far too young to
He's
hit it,
scared to hit it,
but
and
I
I hit him in
know.
a heartbeat. Yeah. Very good song. Yeah.
It's a great song.
It is. I think that is just the definition of a song that you like reminisce about childhood memories to.
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah,
I
I think
wrote it down as it is like the epitome of a teenage coming of age song. Like I think it's
ex it, exactly. It is.
yeah,
It's just like I could drive through. I have driven all about the place listening to it and reminiscing on like the past few months and thinking like,
yeah.
yeah, this is where I fucked up. This is
But it's cool to
where
see
it
I've
wasn't my
grown.
fault. Yeah, this is where I can, and it's not like fuck that. It's like I can appreciate this is what I've learned from it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like that kind of vibe. I think it's a pretty amazing song for that
yeah.
kind of
I
yeah
think, but then that's why I say I put them both on
yeah
very equal planes because they're very
yeah
different songs, but both of
yeah.
them got me like going as much as the other. Like with Sam Fenders, I
Okay,
think
yeah.
it lost a bit of its magic given that I had already heard it. Um,
Okay, yeah.
Whereas this Cool Girl by the New Beat Fund and the Driver Era, it was new and I was still going, oh yeah, and like
Say
feeling the vibes from it. Very different songs again, but I still put them
yeah.
both quite level. So yeah, that's literally the only songs I wanted to talk about. Like fully, I've
Yeah.
got loads of songs that again will
Yeah.
be in our playlist if you want to go listen to
Of
them. I
course.
think
Yeah.
for next week, what I might do is actually just listen through it and talk about the difference in like our music tastes and stuff.
That could be a
Because
really good
I
really good
realized
topic.
that I've listened to a few of the songs that you've brought up and I really like them, so I might just go back and like
Nice.
re-listen to all
Yeah.
the songs that we've put in there and see, you know. what our
Sick.
music tastes like. So, but
I'll be
yeah,
down
if
for
you want to
that.
go and check it out, the playlist is called The Best of Discover Weekly. And it's a collaborative playlist between myself, Ryan, and we have a
Yes, sir. The
joint
joint account. Yeah.
account where if we forget anything, we'll just pluck that out of nowhere and put it in the
Yes.
podcast. So,
Yeah. I swear there's only like one song of that
yeah.
has been added by the joint account. Like,
Yeah, because I had initially created the joint account to host the podcast, not realizing that the
yeah.
podcast got its own account. So
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, at
Right,
least I was
Mar.
prepped. Okay, at least I was prepped.
That's okay. Yeah, but yeah, it shows thought. It's that's the important thing. It's the thought. Yeah.
So
But
yeah, I was gonna say, you said beforehand you wanted to talk about another song.
I did. And speaking about vibes and songs, there has to be one every episode.
There has to be, okay. If we don't transition beautifully,
it's the gimmick. It has to happen.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what? We don't even plan it. This is all rip.
This is just
we just speak. This is just us.
We do. This is just the this is us. It's our being.
Yeah.
But
also hit me up if you want me to do some ASMR with the mic.
No, don't take the mic off. No. But moving on swiftly from the ASMR offers, we have Fire in the Sky by Anderson .Paak.
Yes.
Now, this is an artist that I have kind of new to. I haven't really spoken about him. I think I spoke about him maybe once or twice in the podcast.
Once or twice, and that's like it might have just been in passing.
Yeah, just a passing comment. Anderson, it gives me real South Sonic vibes.
Funny enough, I actually felt the same thing. Like it's.
Yeah. Oh, you're familiar with him? I didn't realize.
I've heard like one song by him. Maybe it's. But I feel like he's. I feel like I should know more. Like I feel like.
Yeah.
It like I mean he is what #2 artist in the world or something. Really? Sorry, I think I got that wrong. It might be number 200, but I think he's either super well known or really underground. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I think it might be underground. I haven't really heard anyone talking about him. I haven't. Yeah. I know a lot of musicians. I've never heard Anderson .Paak in my life until this moment. I mean, so it's like, and I was really impressed. And he this song was featured in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Which was amazing for such an underground artist to get that kind of role. Yeah.
Wow.
So that kind of exposure, really incredible.
Actually, do you know who that reminds me of? I love you. That reminds me of there's this rapper. I don't want to get his name wrong.
Okay.
I feel like it was Kendrick Lamar. Does that like? And he did something.
Rings a bell. Rings a bell.
He did something for Black Panther, and
and blew up because of it.
Yeah, he really blew up because of it. So hopefully, we'll see the same thing for Anderson .Paak. You know?
Hopefully, yeah. I think that really with Silk Sonic pushing his kind of vibe into the mainstream, I think maybe Anderson will benefit off that.
Yeah, it's great to see that Silk Sonic are doing so well.
It's great to see that Silk Sonic and Anderson can ride the coattails of that, because Anderson .Paak has nothing to do with Silk Sonic.
Yeah, no.
In the real world, Anderson .Paak, I've talked about him way too much, but this song is. I'm gonna describe a setting, and you will hear the song in your head. Okay. So, imagine driving in the sunset, right? Nice sunset. You're just driving down a nice long road. I feel like it's the sun's going down, like peachy skies, and it's like right at the moment where the street lights turn on. It's like the red street lights, but you're still, the sun's still up.
Yep.
So you're that, right? You're with either your partner or like your best mate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you've got amazing company. I feel like it's a very much a falling in love song, but you could also be with your mates, like the boys you got love for.
Hey, you could be falling in love with your boys and not like actually just falling in love with them,
You have love for the boys, you know what I mean? Yeah. I've got love for a few people, so it's so imagine that, right? So you've either got your partner or your boys and that kind of sunset vibe. Neither of you are speaking. There's no words being said. No worries. Absolutely no cars. The windows are down. It's not cold. It's not warm. It's kind of mediocre.
The breeze coming in.
Yeah, the nice breeze. Yeah. not a big grin, but a nice wee like a
I
small
was just
smile on both
thinking
your
you've got that
faces.
like
Yeah, yeah. You're just in at peace. You're
yeah.
in the moment, and you're slightly nodding your heads. That is this song, like incarnated.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Anderson's drum work is
It's next
incredible.
level. It is.
It's
It's
so
spiritual. Like
amazing.
it. Oh,
Yeah, it's just amazing. And then there's this acoustic section where all the percussion comes out and it's just the acoustic guitar going, and it sounds so amazing. And it's just I can't talk enough about how amazing, like how beautiful the song is. It really is a song about like falling in love. You know, like the hook is quite literally like a you'll find love with me somehow. You know what I
oh,
mean?
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And it's just so incredible. There's like a light feeling in your chest when you listen to the song, and it was the song that kicked off the vibe with me and Shay in the car yesterday. You know,
Okay.
it was just. Oh, I don't want to speak. I don't want to ruin the moment. It's just an incredible song. Just let the song finish, then you can speak.
Yeah, yeah.
But I really could not recommend this song enough to anyone who wants to listen to it. This wasn't in my Discover Weekly, I will promise that.
Yeah.
I just found it. Actually, my TikTok always comes up with um songs for this
Yeah.
vibe, and that's how I find a lot of songs. And it's like this one was like songs for falling in love. And that's not me saying I'm falling in love. This is me saying that I will listen to any excuse to see new songs.
Yeah. I
And
100%.
yeah, and it was just this song came up along with I can't remember what other songs were. A few other good songs, but that it was so incredible. I found out I was like, no way, this song actually exists. This song was prophesized, back in the day. But it's I can't speak highly enough about the song. It's so incredible, and that's not the Anderson .Paak fanboy me speaking. I think that it's just
That's
an
just
amazing
a great
vibe.
song.
Yeah, it incarnates a feeling, and for someone who uses music to chase feelings, no matter what feelings they are, this song is just
Yeah.
perfect.
I think it almost feels like there's some songs that you're just destined to find. Like I mean, for
Yes.
for me, my one is No Halo by Brockhampton, and it was I got recommended from TikTok. It was this like collection of songs that said songs to make you feel like you're floating, and I was listening through them, and I was
Okay.
like, they're all right songs. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they make me feel like I'm floating, but one of the songs was a song called No Halo, but it was by another artist, and it like prefaced in the video, not No Halo by Brockhampton. And now I
Okay.
think it's Sugar by Brockhampton. I think that's the name of the song. It might be Sweet. I can't remember.
Yes, I know it. Yeah, it
And
is sugar. I think.
I had listened to it before, and I like fucked with the song. I thought it was a really good song. So I went,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna go check out No Halo by Brockhampton as well as this, and I
Yeah.
fell in love with that song. Like I mean,
Amazing.
it is such a good song. And I get why they
Yeah.
didn't advertise it in that playlist because it is not a song to make you feel like you're floating, but it is such a
Okay.
good song.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I feel like there's certain songs where you're like, oh, I'll go check this song out, or you're like looking for another song and you're like, oh, there's a song by an artist I didn't know they did, and
Yeah.
listen to it and you're like, thank
Yeah.
God, just ah,
Yeah. There is songs like that, and there's always songs that there's songs that I've left behind over the past few months, and that's not because like I don't like them anymore. I won't. That's like I think there's songs I was speaking of destiny, because we're such amazing believers in destiny and
and
star
we
signs and
obviously knew
crystal power,
Destiny's
and
Child so well, you
we
know.
did naturally, but fuck's sake. But I think that there's songs like God Is by Kanye West or Ghost Town by Kanye West. I Love You, Kanye West.
Yeah, I've been
That I
trying not to
found.
talk about him, but he's just so prevalent,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I got the piss taken out of me for talking about Kanye West so much the other day yesterday. So I've been actively avoiding it, but I love him. But so I these songs kind of came in at a time where I was like, fuck, these are really good for this current situation.
Yeah,
This situation I won't disclose, but this is a like I've talked about the importance of I Wonder by Kanye West to me.
yeah.
and that moment where I needed that kind of song, I found it, and I won't like. I wonder wouldn't be a song that I actively listen to. Not like I would listen to it the all time. I wouldn't avoid it, but like it wouldn't be in my rotation right now.
Yeah.
God isn't in my rotation right now. Ghost Town isn't in my rotation right now. But during those periods, I think that there was no better song that I could have found that could have either helped me find a feeling or help me deal with a feeling or help me, you know. So like I feel like there is songs that come about every now and then that are just there to help you.
Yeah.
If you get me, and I think that that's another beautiful thing about music is that you can just cut and chop whatever you like.
Yeah, you can chop and change the vibes that you
Yeah,
want. Yeah.
exactly. It's all
Yeah.
down to you.
And it fully is. Like, I mean, I said beforehand, before, like, I mean, the podcast's been running, this episode's been running probably just over an hour and 20 now, but I mean, I had said that I was thinking about mentioning the new album by Weezer, but in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of everything we've talked about, it just seems a lot less important.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of other songs that I feel like their vibes are better to talk about. Like, I think it's great, but just to preface, I think it's a very good album. I like some, like, quite a lot of the songs on
Yeah.
it. It's only a 7-song long album. It's just like a seasonal album, I'm pretty sure, a spring album.
Yeah.
But it feels like it feels a lot more important to talk about music as a whole, like the way we have this episode.
Yeah.
And I've realized just there now, just thinking about it, I was like, I don't know actually how I am going to title this episode, because I mean, we could go with a funny title, but this episode has been
I feel
so
like
solely focused on like how important music is that should maybe be associated with the title. But
yeah.
by the time you're listening to us rambling about this, it will already have a title, so you'll know what we went with. But
Yes, of course. And you can
yeah,
judge us
yeah,
like you always do.
yeah. Even though we ask you not to, these are our opinions.
These are our opinions. But yeah,
But,
I think that the Daddy says you're grounded might be a bit.
I mean, I just love it. I think it's a brilliant thing for an
It's so
episode.
sick. It's so sick.
It's just it handled itself. It would just set itself on a platter.
Daddy says you're grounded. Daddy says you're grounded and no music.
Yeah. Daddy says you're banned from music.
No. Daddy, why?
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah. Daddy says no more music fails.
Daddy's, yeah, perfect, sick. Yes, that's really that's all I really want to talk about. Discover Weekly and specifically song wise, but I know you have a few songs you want to throw the name out of if you want to.
I mean, I feel like I'm not going to throw out names, because if you want to find out more about Discover Weekly, I say just check out the thing, because I feel like it's not fair on artists for me to be like, I'm going to throw their name out and I don't think they're great. When I still enjoy their music, you know what I mean? I'm just going to stick them to the playlist. You can see their names there. They're decent songs. Absolutely. They might be more your vibe than mine.
Absolutely.
But
not at all.
Yeah, just some of you might just be like, this is a shit song, and if that's your opinion, it's your opinion. I didn't mind the song. Some other people might love it. But
absolutely.
Yeah, like as I said, each week there's going to be different things that we want to talk about. Like, I think next week the Chance the Rapper single is going to be a big talking point. I also, like I said, I'm still listening to Travis Scott, trying to get ready for the new album. When Utopia. It comes out, yeah. So I want to keep listening to that, and I think it's going to become more prevalent because I'm enjoying the stuff I'm listening to. So I think each week it'll be a different vibe, and I feel like it's been very clear this week, given that last week we were like, oh, we'll keep it short, and then talked about the music industry. Now we're talking about how great music can be in terms of yourself.
I think it's a good change. I think this is the kind of conversations that I envisioned when you brought up the idea of hosting a podcast like music. I thought that this could be what, this could be big, and these are conversations that I none of the people I know would have with me apart from you sexy ass. So
but no, because we talked about this idea because I wanted to make a podcast. I know I've already talked about this, but I'm saying it again, and it's going to be the closing statements of this episode. But
Excellent.
I've always wanted to do a podcast because I've been a big like fan of podcasts in general. I mean, I have to shout out fucking Tiny Meat Gang because that I listened to, I mean, nearly 200 episodes of them. Just bang, bang,
Wow.
bang, 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 bang. 200 episodes done.
Amazing.
And it just was so fun where it was just two friends just talking about their lives and about topics that were important in the current time. And I thought,
Yeah.
well, I would love to do a podcast talking about stuff that I love, like talking about my life, talking about stuff I love and what I love, music. I mean, and there was no one better to talk about it to than you, my good sir, because I know how much you love music. I know how easy it is for me to
Yeah.
talk to you about just life stuff as well, just have a bit of
Yeah.
crack. So I was
Right
like,
back at you, of course.
it's just
Yeah.
the freest content in the world where it's just literally us talking about ourselves and talking about something we love. So why not start a podcast, you know?
And giving it an audience the opportunity to judge us and criticize us and slammer us.
And if you do, go fuck yourself. Give us a 5-star
Fuck you.
rating.
Fuck you. We love you. We love you. Give us a 5-star.
Yeah. For all those people who listen and hate us, you still listen and give us
You
money. You
loser.
still give us views and
You
listens
give
and
us
streams.
views.
So yeah, I think that'll about do us,
That's-
given that this is now our
Yes.
longest episode of the podcast. But
Hey, congrats, bro.
every week we either do a really short one or really long.
But this
yeah.
this is a conversation that you couldn't cut short. I think this.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think, and I think this
yeah.
episode went really well. Not to toot our own
Same.
horns or anything, but
Yes. Yeah.
but yeah. So I think that's it from me. Do you have anything else you want to say?
That's it from me.
All right,
It's
so
been lovely. It's been a pleasure.
I guess we'll see you all next week.
See you, folks.
Adios. Peace.